On this episode of Rant Football Chelsea News, we talk and preview Chelsea's first game of the season, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace.
God, we finally made it to the pinnacle. How long you waited for the antidote? Salute me like a 5-star general. Now strike a pose for the camera, yo, and go left to right, left to
Welcome to Rant Football Chelsea FC News. I'm your host, Phil. And before we get any further, can you please subscribe to Epic Shows on YouTube? If you're watching the video, just press on the Epic Shows bit and subscribe. And if you're watching from anywhere else and you want to find it later, just look for us as TEF Pod, and you'll find us. We're Big E, and there's multiple different shows on there as well. But today you're here for Chelsea FC and the first game of the season against Crystal Palace. And as I do this, I am watching Man United versus Leeds, and Leeds have just made it 1-1. So, first game of the season, Chelsea. Before we get any further, the Super Cup, Chelsea looked leggy, looked tired, but there's that winning mentality in there now, you can see, and Chelsea won on penalties after what we now call a masterclass by Tuchel, what would have been called a stupid move if it didn't work, but quite as I said in my last video, he did bring on Kepa for the penalties, and Chelsea won out on penalties. And if you want to know more about my answer to that, go back to the previous video and watch that. Anyway, we're into the first game of the season, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge. A little bit worried, if I'm truthful. It's not because I don't think Palace are that good. I actually think they could be one of the bottom 6 teams. It's the sheer fact that is Chelsea could be leggy and tired. They looked tired in the second half in the Super Cup, and now they've got to have a quick turnaround and playing in the Premier League with a lot of players who are still coming back from injury. It does worry me. Not injury, I should say. Oh my God. International duties over the summer, Olympics and all that stuff. I think they're going to be a bit leggy, so I hope Chelsea's quality of squad comes through here. I do fancy Chelsea a lot in this game, though. I think Chelsea will have too much for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, new manager Patrick Vieira, I know he's done a bit in the MLS, I think in France, but he's got a lot to prove in English football. What's a totally new ball game for him, and he's got to get it right to me. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think Chelsea's quality, there's something changed about Chelsea. Even when we're playing bad now, we get stuck in like the good days in the 2010s, 12s and that, when Chelsea, if we're playing bad, would just get stuck in and no matter what and grind out a result. I'm seeing that happen again so far in pre-season as well. But also, we're playing very attractive attacking football as well. Obviously, we know the big man Lukaku is still not officially going to be playing, so we won't have that man up top. But, you know, it's looking good, and what a signing he is, may I add, by the way, when he does start up for us. If he gets 25 plus goals a season, I think Chelsea go on and win the league. Of course, that's also down to Manchester City. If Man City get Harry Kane and he can get 25 plus goals a season in the league, it's going to be a straight out dog race between them two who can be the champions this season. I think Man United are going to be up and around it, and so are Liverpool, but I don't see either of them winning it. By the way, if you'd like to know my predictions for the top 6 and bottom 4 of the Premier League, along with ex-Rant Football and now on Rant Sports, Simon, Donna, Paul, Gary and Andrew, who is still part of Rant Football, obviously Andrew, go and check out Rant Sports podcast on all good podcasting apps out there, and we all predict who is going to be, you know, the top 6 and bottom 4, see who gets on and who gets it right. So as I say, into this game, I think Chelsea will come out quite strong though. I don't think they mess about. First game back at the Bridge, proper fans. Obviously, the Matthew Haaland stand's got a few areas missing still due to the rebuilding of the stand and the standing area and the seating plan changing, so that's quite interesting. And unfortunately, Man United have gone 2-1 up. Ugh. See, watching the TV at the same time, very unprofessional of me. But United have taken the lead again. Didn't take them long to get back in the game. But back to Chelsea. So I think Chelsea will be pretty strong in this game, and I'm going to go for my predicted lineup now. I've tried to think this through. Now, Chalobah, I thought he could be in and out, but I'll get to him in a minute why maybe I haven't chosen. So we've got Mendy in a goal, obviously. Then I'm putting Christian, Zuma and Rudiger. I think Silva still needs a little longer to get his fitness up as well. And Chalobah's not in there for one simple reason. I think he's been brilliant pre-season. I just think a bit more experience in the big Premier League game. Chalobah played the whole game against is it Seville in Europe or Valencia, whatever names, I always forget the name of the team. It was really embarrassing, but we played him in the Super Cup. He played the whole game, and I think the boy's going to need a rest. Christiansen's got the experience, I'd like to think, as well, just to be a bit more calmer. So that's my back three: Rudiger, Zuma and Christiansen. I'm obviously going for the formation, a 3-2 sort of thing like that, so you'll see it on the screen anyway. And I think in centre of midfield, being the holding centre midfielders, will be Jorginho and obviously Kante. Now the wing backs for me, I was thinking about putting Chilwell back in, but I think he'll play Alonso again, just a bit longer to get Chilwell's training up a bit more. So I think Alonso will be the left wing back, and Azpilicueta as captain will be our right wing back for this game as well. I think Reece James, yet again, English players just need a bit more time to get fit and get themselves back to normal. But centre of midfield, just behind the front two, I do think Mason Mount will be in there. Oh, Man United 3-1. We'll play Mason Mount out of all English players. He's the one that played in the Super Cup and game on and looked well. Up top, I'm going for Werner and Havertz again, the two Germans. Werner, I still think can come good. I just hope the couple of games in pre-season, especially the Arsenal game, I think it was, or Tottenham, where he actually did score a goal. It was disallowed for offside, but because there was no VAR, it wasn't given and he was onside. I just hope he doesn't get Havertz. I just think he's going to get better and better through the year. He's going to get physically stronger as well, and I think he's going to start to dominate English football. That is my Chelsea lineup. Now, scoreline. Chelsea have started to let goals in pre-season, but I think Kante will literally play the whole game today, and we look at a totally different team when N'Golo Kante is out there. And I think my prediction for the score will be Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 0. That's what I'm going for. I think it'll be a nice start, and I think there'll be moments Palace look good, but I think generally Chelsea will dominate this game of football, and it should be a nice, comfortable game. And it needs to be, because the next few games after are not easy, and it's really going to get Chelsea going. So we need to get started on the front foot and not hold back. So that's what I'm thinking. So I just want to know what you think out there. If you've been watching, tell me what you think the score's going to be, how you think Chelsea's going to be this season. I personally think Chelsea possibly could be league champions this year. I say there's a couple of things there. I think Tuchel could be the right man for this type of squad. It's a young mixture of older, more experienced players, and I think he might be the right gaffer for it. But we know at Chelsea what can happen after 2 or 3 bad games. It can all go wrong, and players these days have a big head, and instead of getting stuck in for the gaffer, they start whispering, he should go, we should get a new gaffer. It's annoying. Anyway, so that's it, guys. What I want to say now is obviously subscribe to Epic Shows, like this video. When you like this video, give it a thumbs up on YouTube. I'm telling you, it gets it out to more people. I just want a community out there. I want people to interact with me or Andy or Man United stuff, even though I hate Man United myself. But obviously on the Chelsea stuff, interact with me. Tell me how you think we're going to get on through the season. Every video I come out, interact with what I've talked about. Today, tell me what you think the score is going to be in the comments down below. Tell me if you think Chelsea will win, lose, draw, and what you think the score will be. If you chose a lineup, what would you go for? And obviously, as I say, I'll be back right after the game recording another video giving you my match reaction on how Chelsea played. So from me, Phil, to you, let's all enjoy the football. The Premier League's back, and see you on the next round.